Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back in our Fortnite video, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over the new linear settings that I'm currently using. I did make a few changes as opposed to the settings I was using before. So in this video, I want to talk about the changes that I made and why I made them, and hope you guys pick some new settings if you guys are looking to change your settings. Find the best settings for you. I'm going to give you guys some of my recommendations, and hope you guys figure that out. And real quick, up on the screen I have the V-Buck giveaway winner of this week. I give away V-Bucks every single Friday, so if you guys want a chance to enter this giveaway and win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you guys do turn on those post notifications so you guys get notified for every single new video. And lastly, comment down below either your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account, and you guys will be automatically entered into the next giveaway. And also, if you guys like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go down to the bottom, click on support a creator, type in my code. My creator code is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so here in this video, I wanted to be going into the new settings I am currently using. I changed my settings probably about 4 days ago, and I really do like the new changes that I made to my settings. So I'm going to go into my settings, show you guys the changes that I made as opposed to the previous settings and why these settings are very, very good. So I just want to show you all my settings. I usually just show you my sensitivity, but it's just going to be really quick to show you guys all the settings that I have, just in case you guys are curious on like the graphic settings I was using, my just like literally everything. So here's just the first set of settings. I guess these are the video settings. You have the display, graphics, the colorblind, the graphics quality, all that kind of stuff. So here in the game settings, just real quick going through them, I have replays off. Like you can see, I have auto run on, turbo building, confirm edit on release, have that on as well. Tap search, interact, auto sort to the right. I have all that stuff on here in these game settings. And as well, of course, I do play on East Coast as the servers that I play on. And in the next set of settings, I guess these are the HUD skill. I get asked all the time for some reason what my HUD skill is. I do play on 85%. I think anything from like, I don't know, maybe like an 80 to like a 90 is pretty good. I would say anything in that range you'd probably want to use for your HUD skill, because you don't want to have it on the 100 because it honestly is a little bit too big. So I have mine on 85. These are just the mouse and keyboard settings. I don't use any of that. I don't play on that garbage. So going into, I guess, the settings you guys really want to see, going here into my controller settings, down we have the current settings that I'm playing on. So before, I played on a 1.9 building, and then I also played on a 2.1 building. I moved it up to a 2.0 for my building and a 2.2 for my editing, and I want to explain why I did that. So, and you can see I did lower my X and Y sensitivity from it used to be on a 48%. Now I moved it down to 46%, which is a very specific reason why I dropped it down just 2 points. But the reason why I moved up my building and editing, because as you guys know, when it comes to your X and Y sense, your look speed and your horizontal speed, when you look left to right, you look up and down, your building and editing speed is directly affected by this. So basically, moving my building and editing up 1 point and dropping my X and Y down 1 point is pretty much the same thing for building and editing. It doesn't change my building and editing speed whatsoever, because the X and Y sensitivity has a direct correlation to how fast you build. So for example, if you play on max sensitivity and you had a 1 building and editing, it's going to be a lot faster than if you had, say, a 50% X and Y sensitivity and also a 1 building and editing. It's just going to be a lot faster because your X and Y directly correlates to the building and editing sensitivity that you have. And the specific reason why I lowered my X and Y sensitivity, so I lowered it from a 48% to a 46%, is because a lot of gunfights that you have are going to be in this range. So from like where I'm standing to where the AI is standing, a lot of the times you have SMG fights, maybe you have your assault rifle and you're shooting people from this range, and having a little bit lower sensitivity will help improve your aim from this range. And that's one thing that I felt like I was lacking. So I felt my aim was really, really good at 48%, but I feel like in that range, I just wanted a little bit more boost. So I decided to lower my X and Y sensitivity from a 48% to a 46%, so I can be even more accurate from that range, which I honestly feel like since I changed my sensitivity, I did feel like I was very, very accurate in that range. So that was the very specific reason on why I lowered my sensitivity right there, because for that range exactly, I wanted to be able to hit my shots as consistently as possible, because a lot of times on linear settings, if you're point blank to the other player, your aim assist is very, very strong, and the further you're away, the less it gets. when it comes to, especially when it comes to hip fire. So a lot of the gunfights that you have, you're probably standing like 5 feet back unless you're right in the other guy's face. So if you're 5 feet back from the other player and you go to take a shot, having a lower sensitivity will help you hit more shots. So that's the reason why I lowered my sensitivity, and then I raised my building and editing because, like I said, the correlation, I didn't want to change my building and editing speed at all, but I just wanted to lower my X and Y. So I bumped up my building and editing and then lowered my X and Y sensitivity. And then as far as my ADS sensitivity, my aim down sights, it is on a 13%, which I feel like is a good balance between being able to hit shots, not being too fast, but also at the same time not being too slow. So going down to the other settings, I have no look dampening time. I used to use it. I honestly think it's pretty good. It's honestly a setting you guys should try out if you feel like your aim is lacking from range. Look dampening time is very, very good. If you feel like your aim isn't very good from range, it can help you hit a lot more shots very easily. So I would recommend look dampening time if you want to hit more shots, you feel like you're not hitting your shots and want a little bit more of a boost and improvement from that range. So highly would recommend that setting for that aspect. And so going into my dead zones, I have 11% and an 8%. I moved it up to a 10, it was 11 and then 10% because I was having a little bit of stick drift. Maybe it was just my controller is bugging that day, but I moved it back down. My dead zones are currently 11 and 8%. So 11% when you're moving and 8% with your aim. And then I do have foot controller on, and people say it feels a little bit smoother. And honestly, I tried it off and I tried it on, and honestly, it really does. So I do have the foot controller settings on because a lot of you guys do ask me if I have it on or if I have it off. But honestly, having it on, I guess the way the input feels, it really does feel a little bit smoother having those settings on. So I honestly really do like and would recommend having the foot controller setting on. So those are the current settings that I have for the linear settings. Those are the settings that I changed and the exact reasons why I changed it. So I hope you guys really found that helpful when I showed you guys why I changed it. And it was that for a specific reason when it came to hip firing from that specific range. I feel like it gave me a little bit of a boost having a little bit slightly less sensitivity. I didn't want to go down too far, but I wanted a little bit of a drop to hit my shots from that range. And also just a second ago, and I will show my binds again, these are the binds that I currently have if you guys were curious. I'm not going to go into detail with every single bind, but you guys can pause and look through my settings if you guys really want to see the binds that I have. And I do have a controller with 4 paddles, which I use jump, build, edit, and then I also have pickaxe. So those are the 4 paddles that I use. So as you saw with my binds, you can see which are mapped to what. So those are just the binds I have. Like I said, I do play on a controller with 4 paddles. So if you guys play with non-claw, I do have plenty of bind videos for you guys as well. Just type in Young Humor non-claw best binds, and you guys will find like 2 videos on 2 things that are 2 different settings that I think are very, very good as far as the binds to use for you guys who play non-claw. But so those are basically all the settings that I changed. I really do like the settings that I made. And I mentioned before, if you guys feel like your aim isn't very good, I always do recommend lowering your sensitivity just a little bit. Also, maybe lowering your dead zones can help, but it really is like a double-edged sword, because when it comes to lowering your dead zones, if you lower it too low, you're going to have bad stick drift. So depending on how old your controller is and how much stick drift you get is really going to depend on the dead zones that you're able to use. But for my controller, I am able to play on 11% and an 8%. If I could, I would play on a 5 and 5, but I do get crazy stick drift even with a new controller on those dead zones. So those are just the dead zones that I'm currently using. I feel like with these binds, it's very, very good for the majority of players because it's not really 100% focused on building, not 100% focused on editing and aiming. I feel like you have a little bit of both, because as myself, I do play quite a bit of pubs, so I am used to maybe playing fights that are a lot quicker, maybe a little bit slower. I'm pretty much used to fighting in every sort of way, so I feel like these settings are going to be very good for the majority of players. So if you guys are looking for some new settings, I would highly recommend trying this out. But when it comes to changing your settings, I really do like changing a little bit at a time. I personally not the fan of making like big changes like right away with your settings. So when it comes to choosing your settings, if you really want, I do recommend just changing your settings a little bit by a little bit. But if you guys are really just fed up with the sensitivities that you have and just looking for an entirely new setup, then you can definitely try out the settings that I currently have in this video. But with that being said, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys found this video very helpful, make sure you guys do drop a like, make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Make sure to turn on those post notifications so you guys can see every single day when I do upload, and as well so you guys can stay updated when I do announce the giveaway V-Buck winners every single Friday. And as well, I do live stream every single day here on this channel, so if you guys currently don't come by my live streams, make sure you guys do so. I do stream every single day here on this channel at about 5:45 Eastern Standard Time, or maybe around 6 depending on when I start stream. So around that time, Eastern Standard Time, I do stream every single day here on this channel, so make sure you guys do come by if you guys want to see me live streaming here on this channel. And with that being said, appreciate you guys watching the video, and alright guys, I'll see you next video.